All right, let's get it. What's going down, beautiful people? Listen, welcome back to another episode of the Soulful Three Journeys, where it's three brothers from another mother talking about mental health. Listen, let's dive right in. Gentlemen, what's going on? How you guys doing today?
Yeah, all good here. I'm excited, man. This is going to be fun. I love you two gentlemen, and I've had good relationships with you guys for months now. This is something that we've been, looking after for a minute to do, and I'm excited to be here. It's going to be awesome. So
Yeah,
let's dive in.
absolutely. So listen, I just want to let people know I'm Gihso. We got my boy PLATTinum, and then we got Camp on the end. Listen, met these gentlemen. We've connected, and listen, greatness is here. So tune in, stick around. Absolutely. So Platt, you don't mind me calling you Platt for short, or you want me to do Platinum? It don't matter. Platt, listen, man, dive in.
Hey, yeah,
Let's
you
talk
can call
about
me
the
Lyman. You can call me whatever.
Lyman. I got you, bro.
Well, maybe not whatever. I might take offense to some things.
Some things, right?
No.
No,
Yeah, let's dive in. I'm
Yeah.
excited to be here, fam.
Yeah.
As was mentioned, my name's Lyman Platt, PLATTinum Community. You can see that up there is the brand. And so that's what I've based a lot of my stuff on TikTok and other social platforms. But I'm excited to be here, man. A little bit about me, my background. I come from Highland, Utah. I'm still here in Utah. Just raised by a strong, beautiful, single Peruvian mother in a home of 13. I know that's wild, right?
Wow.
13 siblings. Life was loud, man. It was a little wild.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Full of lessons. I grew up Mormon. It's not uncommon here in Utah.
Okay.
I have since left that faith. I don't practice any denomination, but I do follow Christ. He's my one and true guide. And so
Nice.
that's what gets me through my battles. I'm still trying to find him little by little. But yeah, man, life was loud. It was a little wild. My journey of faith has evolved in so many different areas. And I've been so excited to start my own platform about mental health. And we're going to dive into a lot of that stuff, I'm sure, throughout the episodes. But you'll get to know us probably more than you want to on an individual basis as we kind of dive into a lot of these things. But today, some of the things that I wanted to touch on, just to put it out there, is I've lost 3 of my siblings of the 13 that we've had. I've lived through a 14-year first practice marriage, is what I call it.
Yeah.
14 years, but they brought me
I hear
4
you.
beautiful. Yeah. They brought me 4 beautiful daughters that I absolutely adore. They are my life. And today I'm married to my soulmate, Samaya, and I got a beautiful stepson out of that who I look to adopt one day. Shh, don't tell anybody.
It's all right. Nobody's going to see this, right?
It's out there now. It's out there now.
You just put it into the ether. It's going to happen now.
That's right. Yep. That's right. No, but to close a little bit, for nearly 2 decades, I've served in the U.S. military. I'm still in the military. I work full time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I work full time for the Utah National Guard. Right now, I run what they call the Joint Operations Center for the state. One of however many there are in all the other states. There's multiples, and so I get to do that full time, and I love what I do. I've only done 1 tour. I served under Operation Iraqi Freedom and New Dawn.
Wow.
In one deployment. Yeah. My wife has served multiple. She's been to Iraq and Afghanistan. She's since retired, so she's living the free life right now. I can't wait to get there. I got 3 more years myself, so and then I'm set to retire. It's been a full 20 years almost coming in November. So
Yeah.
I'm not young anymore. It's crazy. I'm only 42. I'll be 43 in June.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat, so we're not too far off on ages.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but But we've, with that said, we've both seen and carried a lot. I deal with a lot of personal issues like PTSD, anxiety, some autoimmune issues, and my wife more so lately than I won't touch on a lot of those things just because they're a little personal, but
Sure.
it's a daily battle, and I fight daily to stay on top of my mental health. And the platform that I've created that you can see up there, and much like you're going to see from these two gentlemen who I absolutely adore and have come to love, um, have really got me through some dark times.
Wow.
I said I wasn't going to get emotional, but
It's gonna happen.
it's going to happen. That battle is what led me to build this community, though, and it's what's brought me into your guys' lives, and through my sister, who's a mutual acquaintance of both of you fellas, Maria.
Yep.
Okay.
She introduced me to you fellas, and I immediately fell in love, and I found a home here, and I'm super excited to be here. And with that said, I'll turn it over to Cam. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, that's gonna be a hard act to follow there. A little more prepared than I am. I've had a little busy day going on. But let's just say your atypical family, that I grew up in, older brother, mom, dad, still both, alive, friggin', that's been my background when it comes to the family. I did I was married for quite a while. That didn't work out. I've gone through some troubles with alcohol abuse. So that was a good part of my life then, fortunately. And that was just trying to cope with how your brain works and just trying to figure things out. I was using that as an escape. Terrible idea. But now we're at that point now where this Memorial weekend will be 5 years sober.
Congratulations, man. Wow, that's fantastic.
let's go.
Let's go.
So
Yeah.
even talking about it sometimes just gets me choked up. It's like, okay, yeah, we've been through it. I'm still here. We're still going, but it's still tough sometimes. Still tough to think back. Wow, it's almost 5 years.
Right.
I deal with depression, anxiety. I may have other things, but I don't know. I kind of moved on from the traditional methods now. So got an older daughter who actually is now in the Air Force as well. Just phenomenal. She's
Much respect.
Yeah.
She's got 3 years for her first tour, and she's over in Germany right now. She's just gonna keep going. It's not stopping her. She's gonna make a career out of it. She's already basically said that.
Yeah.
She's gonna love Germany.
Yeah, she's already there. She loves it. Right now, we've been working on a few things, getting her a car and whatnot. So it's been fun dealing with the U.S. specs versus Germany specs and all that fun stuff. So,
Yep.
That's cool.
And then the resale and all that fun stuff. So it's been a journey. Let's just say that. I got 2 younger children as well, who I love dearly, as well as my older. But like just as PLATTinum was saying earlier, we met each other through a mutual friend.
Yep.
And since then it's just been something where we can all just hang out, get through our tough times. And those mornings when Gihso goes live, it helps me kind of get through my little lull of the day. Like, because I'll wake up in a good mood, and then I'll like, okay, it's time for watching some Gihso. I'll do my workouts or whatever I'm doing, and then I'll do my stuff after that. So it's been fun. It's definitely been a good time. So it's been a pleasure meeting you guys. So I'm excited to know where this is going to lead and where we're going to go with this.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, man, that's awesome, bro. Listen, so for me, man, gosh, where do I start, man? Inner city kid, grew up rough part of town. My mother raised me. Father wasn't there, typical, right? Never used that as an excuse, but my mother was probably one of the strongest people on this planet that I knew of, because she taught me how to push forward and how to move forward in life. And how to keep going and keep my head on the swivel, right? Listen, my mother's tough as they come, right? And I'm thankful for that. But as I got older, I got into armed security, right? I wanted to be military so bad, man. I wanted to be fear, boom, on me. That was my, but circumstances and asthma kept me from, right? I mean, I went to every branch and it was like, oh, son, your lungs are too weak. You can't, that's just what it was, right?
Yeah.
But I got into armed security and I saw that I had a gifting of de-escalating or talking to people or rationalize, being rational, right, with people. And from that, 22 years, armed security, man, I've seen some stuff, right? I've seen some crazy things, right? We'll dive into that later, right?
Yeah.
But, man, gentlemen, I had an ability just to talk to people. And from that, you learn how to love yourself and you learn how to love other people. So you learn real quick on what to say, what not to say. You learn baseline. You learn when to touch somebody, when not to, when to be tactile, when not. So you learn all these nomenclatures of people, right? And it led me down this road of Gihso, right? Because I look at Gihso as a lifestyle, right? With me running to the sound of danger, physically saving lives, I said to myself, well, you know what? I want to reach people on a major scale, right? And, I didn't want to limit myself just to armed security. I wanted to be a reach, a help. So I said, I need to start a business. I need to start something, right? So I started a business and, it was okay. First, it was CCLW, concealed carry leisure wear, right? I made jogging apparel that you can carry, said tool with you or whatever, just to make people safe. And it really spawned into Gihso, going in hot, safety off, GIHSO, right? And I tell people that it's not about a weapon or inanimate object, but for the most powerful thing you have with you every day, and that is your mindset. I see people resonate with that easier than just force or using certain things, right? It's a mindset every day, and I love it. But it catch people off guard, right? They say, oh, I know what it's about. I'm like, nah, you really don't. And I want them to ask that question, well, what is it if it's not about that? And when I tell them, they're like, wow, that's amazing. So now what I tell people is this: I used to be a first responder physically to people, 22 years. I've saved so many lives. Now I'm a first responder up here in your mental and talking and being a help and just doing what I can to help people see, oh, you got greatness inside of you. Believe that. You just have to see it. You just have to learn how to turn it on. And going down this journey of speaking and talking, right? I'm a certified life coach. I think I'm one of the best storytellers on any platform. That's just me. That's my little toot my horn, beep beep.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, I'll agree to that too. Sometimes I'm kind of a little jealous.
100%.
But it led me down the road of meeting these two powerful what are we doing? What's going on? It led me down the road of meeting you guys, man. And I'm super excited. I'm super happy. I'm thrilled to find brothers that you can link up with, man, because this isn't talked about in this community or in this space for men, right? One, it's not really covered. It's not really, it's not a thing, right? Some people say it is and it's not, but to find beautiful souls that know how to love, that's seeking to be 1% better, man, let's go.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Well, I'm excited for this, gentlemen. I'm excited for this, man. So yeah. And we all came together, right?
Yeah. Respect, man. Yeah, that's a powerful story. And I can attest, yeah, you definitely that dude.
All right, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got that natural knack. It's just okay. We're just going to talk about something. Well, it's going to be a story now.
It's gonna be a story. Yeah, it's a story. Absolutely, man. So, gentlemen, let me ask you this. So, what is the why that we're trying to solve here, right? Of us linking together. What's that big why of this, right?
Well, I feel that this is just kind of like how I see it going on at this point is I feel that we need to bring this stuff front and center more. Mental health for men or just in general. I mean, it's talked about to a point,
Right.
but everybody's so worried about the other stuff, the fluff, the news, the what's happening now, you know. But mental health helps us get through those things.
Yeah.
We need to have something okay going on up here before we can tolerate the rest of the stuff going on in real life. It's just it's we have to find a way to center ourselves, and I feel that this is that why for me is just we're going to be able to bring this to other people, bring the attention out, bring the help out to, you know, being little tips and tricks and thought process and just us just chit chatting about it and making it more known.
Yeah.
What do you think, Simon?
100%. And along those same lines, but for me, you know, initially, after my divorce, I got heavy into drinking. That was something that I used to cope. And I'll be honest with you, I loved it. I did. And it helped me through some really dark times. But eventually it caught up to me. I'm not young anymore. And my health took a turn for the worse, and it almost killed me. If it wasn't for my wife and meeting her in the moments that I did, I've known her for years through the military, but we never really connected. And linking up with her on the back end of her career and watching her get out, we linked up, and you know what, she did it with me. She stopped for me.
Wow.
It took a hospital visit that almost killed me for me to really start to reevaluate what I want to do with my life.
Wow.
I have 4 beautiful kids and I have a future. And if I want that future to continue, I have to change something up here.
Yeah.
And drinking isn't going to do that.
Yeah.
And so I made the hard choice, and I'm 177 days sober today because of that choice, almost 6 months.
Let's go.
And
Congratulations.
And I don't toot my own horn on that because it's not something I'm going to hang my hat on. You know, it's something that I'm going to use as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
To project myself forward. And for me, visiting with like-minded people is what continued to enliven that path for me. And I started going live on TikTok. I had maybe like 20 followers. I didn't know what TikTok was. I had no interest in being a part of it. But my wife's like, you know what? There's sober communities on there that you can go and link up with people. And I met some really good friends before I met y'all. And I was going live probably every day for about a couple months. And I loved it. I found a community of people that I could identify with, and I felt safe around. I hadn't felt safe for so long. And it empowered me to a level that I didn't foresee coming. And then it turned into, you know what, just get 10,000 followers. That's the magic number. Everybody says, get 10,000 followers and you'll have this big old platform and all these people are going to jump into your lives and support you. And that's how you'll get your message out.
Yeah.
Little did I know that all of this was going to be for me. It wasn't about everybody else initially. For me, it really became an internal thing for me. I needed it to vent, to get my feelings out, my emotions. I needed to show my true raw self to somebody else and stop keeping it inside.
Yeah.
And then I started getting traction and I started getting more followers and I hit that 10,000. I was like, whoa, maybe there's something more to this.
That's awesome.
And so I decided, you know what? This is no longer about me. Somebody else needs help. Somebody who was in my position back then, right now,
Yeah.
needs me and needs you, Gihso, and needs you, Camp,
Yeah.
and needs everybody else that's doing this to really take this message home. And so that's what it really is about for me. That's my why is everybody else that doesn't have a voice right now, who is dying inside to get some support, some help, some message to just move into the next second.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about hours or days, into the next second. And that keeps me empowered. That keeps me going. That's my why.
Bro, that's powerful, man. You said some, I mean, monumental things in that, right? You brought up community, right? Is that the thing?
Dropping bombs.
Dropping bombs. Right? Man, you brought some powerful things, man, because my thought pattern on that is this, bro. Like a lot of times, there are some people who think that the mental health aspect is a pretty thing, or it's rainbows and butterflies. No, 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 no. It is gut wrenching ugly, right?
Yeah.
If you really trying to move forward, and man, it is, right. And I think that's the sale of it, but no one wants to tell you to go behind the veil up here to really rearrange some things, right? I talk about the attic of your mind. You got to clean some cobwebs out, some things that's been there for a while that you forgot about. You got to go down to the belly of your basement, right? Where we keep that Hulk button, if you will.
Mhm.
Press it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Issues, man, that I believe we're going to cover, and it's really going to be a benefit for a lot of different people out there, and not just for men, right?
True.
Even for women, to even see a perspective and say, wait a minute, okay, I've been looking at this a little differently. Maybe I need to try to figure out if they have a significant other or not, and say, let me look it through the lens of how you're looking at things. There's so much that we can cover and do in this mental space, man. And like you said, it's not covered a lot, Camp. I think you said that, Camp.
Yeah.
It's not
Yep.
not covered a lot, man. So, man, I'm marching full speed ahead, and my heart is huge. My heart is big for love and loving people, and just being a value add in their life, man. I tell you guys this a lot. You guys are learning me that my best pose is this.
Soak it in. Listen.
Hmm.
Be there for people that don't realize they need to have somebody there for them. Just
Facts.
being that sounding board. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be immediate and go, okay, give me a hug. It's going to fix this. No, we're just listen. We'll soak it in. We'll understand. We may not completely understand it all the time, but we'll soak it in, and we'll be your sounding board. We'll give you
Yeah,
ideas. We'll give you that help. And that's all part of the community. It's just it's nice being part of a bigger thing, not just a one-on-one thing, not going to see an individual therapist or this or that, where they've got one viewpoint, one perspective, where this way we've got three different people, three walks
Yeah.
of life, background stories completely different, granted, but they're all related to mental health. They
yeah,
all are something to help other people get, better and be better.
yeah, yeah. Camp, you said something in our chat, man, that was so interesting. You said, man, it's hard work trying to find good stories to talk about.
It is.
Is that right? Like,
It
what's the
is.
Yeah.
It took me almost, I think I probably spent like 2-3 hours today just trying to find a story that we could just kind of chit chat about. And I figure it's probably a little too late to really kind of do the research and actually like chit
Sure.
chat
Yeah,
about it. But it was finding just a fun and just exciting, maybe just positive style news story that's
yeah,
anywhere near current, and it's just impossible. It's
Yeah. You
I
can't
found
find
like
it.
3 things that are like all over the map, and I'm like, it's animal stuff, cool, but it's like, where's the dog rescued,
yeah,
or dog finds its home, or somebody gets lost in the park and they find their way back to the house, or just random
yeah,
stuff off the cuff, but like
yeah,
just the, oh wow, this happened, let's talk about this.
yeah, yeah. And it's funny that society have set up this monstrosity that misery loves company, right? That's sales. That's push.
Mm-hmm.
Or they messed up, or they fail, or they're
Problem
saddened.
solution.
Right, absolutely, man. And it's crazy that it's hard for us to find good news, if you will.
Yeah, you really have to open your eyes and be in touch, because it doesn't sell. This message does not sell.
No.
I don't care who you talk to. I've seen them all. I've been a part of it all.
Yep.
I've been in this for a minute now. And name me one person that has found a lot of success in this that isn't a celebrity and has millions of dollars.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
and so when you really try to look into this, it's hard. Negativity is so powerful in
Yep.
the community.
Yep.
And that's why the topic that we're going to talk about today really touched me, and is something that I wanted to dive into when we get to that point. Because at the heart of it is something that we call gratitude, and that is a big word. And there's a lot to it.
Mm.
I feel it. Yeah. I'm here for it, though, guys. You know, this is we've been kind of planning this for a little while now, and I'm thinking we're just gonna have some fun with this, and really hopefully, just if we get one message, you know, in the comments saying thanks, or you gave me a smile, hey, I'm happy. Okay, my day is made. Like when I make videos on TikTok, it's if I get a thank you, I needed this today, my day, I'm happy. Like this is perfect. This is what I
Right.
need to hear.
Yep.
I'm the same.
Yeah, I'm the same.
It sounds so simple, but it's not.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
I pour myself into this stuff, you know, to make sure that other people can feel a little better, even if it's for a couple hours.
Yeah. No, that's true, man. You're so right about that. And I also want to harp on this a little bit. Is, you know, with us being so passionate about who we are, that there's moments where we have to find time to unplug.
Yeah.
And unwind.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because,
Yeah.
you know, stories and hearing things, you can get overwhelmed because, you know, we lead with our heart, right? Of being a fixer, right? We want to fix it. We want to help. We want to do this. And sometimes it can be overwhelming for us. And we got to find that healthy balance, that healthy, you know, space. That's why on the weekends, I generally don't go on at all. I spend time with my wife, and she want to go look at the flowers. We look at the flowers. I get stung by bees on my nose. You know, it's one of those things, man. And I just unplug a little bit, and then I come back Monday fired up, man. And for me, that's how I can come up with some of these topics that we talk about. That's like, if I can just get one person to be like, that's interesting what he said. Wow, right? Just to make you think. That's what storytellers are for, to make you think, to paint a picture so powerful that you're sitting at your home like, I can see that.
Right.
Man, I know that's my gifting. I know that's one of my callings, to paint a picture for people, to, you know, share my story. But I have to learn how to unplug sometime, because, man, I can burn up a microphone. I'm telling you, I can talk and catch on fire, man. But that's something that I think we should also cover as well, as far as, you know, the mental space and mental health. You know, what do you guys think about the aspect of that?
Yeah. For me, you know, so I'm actually quite the opposite from you. I am not usually, it took the military to bring this out in me, that leadership role, you know, that, or not role, but mentality rather, of really stepping out there in front of a crowd and saying something impactful, not just getting up there to speak, you know, because I'm not about that life.
Right.
But what I have always been really good at is writing. I've been very good at writing for many years, since I was little. And I find my passion in that. You know, I'm writing a book right now, and I hope to be done with it by the end of the year.
That's cool.
That's a lengthy goal, and I don't know if I'm going to meet it, but that is one of my goals. And the intent behind that is just to show my heart and my passion through that writing. But in that, I've found that my voice is actually pretty powerful. and that it resonates with a lot of people. And that empowered me, and that's given me a voice and a platform to really reach out to my community. And the amount of messages that I get, hey man, you really helped me today. This video that you posted really hit hard. That's
impactful.
what it is for me.
Yeah.
It's definitely impactful. It's like I was just kind of agreeing with you on that one. So I hear you. I definitely hear you.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
And our stories, whether they're directly connected to other people, most of the time our stories resonate. And so do other people's stories, but you've got to talk about it. You got to get it out. You got to you don't hold it back. Don't hide it. Don't suppress it. We've got to live through the pain. Unfortunately, it's not fun at all. But once you get past that hiccup, that little bit, whether it be a year or 2 year, whatever, just you got to get past that. And once you're kind of past it, then you can be on the journey of healing. And that's just something I've learned over time. It's just, and this is self-taught. Granted, talk to doctors here and there, but I've learned more just by discovering myself and then actually talking directly with one person here or there. And then finding you guys, it just kind of amplifies it. It kind of helps me push out even more and feel more comfortable talking about it.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, man. No, I'm the same too, man, when it comes to that. I've developed a character in dark, right? In dark places, dark times.
Mm-hmm.
The best character development, man. And I'm here for the ride, man. I'm just excited for man, just this opportunity, man. I mean, I wrote a poem, my first poem ever, and I titled it Go, right? I don't remember all of the pieces of it, but I said something like, you got to go. The road and reality may be harsh, but it's needed for you to grow. So go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think a lot of times people, they get caught up on that because they're focused on what they don't have versus, well, you got a lot more in you than you think, right? You focus on some of those strengths, but man, I'm just thankful for this platform. I'm thankful for you guys, man. I'm like happy, man. Really, when you guys came to me, was like, hey, let's do something. Absolutely, let me move some things around, right, and make this a reality, man. I think we're going to touch a lot of lives. I think we're going to change a lot of lives. We're going to, maybe make a few people mad, and that's okay.
That is okay.
It's okay though.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's really powerful, Gihso, and I love that you posed the question of how this resonates for us. To me, when I think about that in story form, I think about, and love him or hate him. I mean, I'll be the first to admit I was not a fan when he was living, but I've grown to love the character behind this man. That they call it the Mamba mentality, right?
Oh,
yeah. Kobe Bryant was a beast, and there is no denying the passion and the level of dedication that he put into his craft. Yeah, and he became the success that he was because of that. And if you read his book, right, and you listen to him speak, and you hear about the obstacles that he didn't term as obstacles. It's what you talk about all the time, Gihso. It's that mind shift, right? It's that mentality shift of, okay, what am I going to do with this roadblock? What am I going to do with this setback? Whatever you want to call it, whatever that thing is that is ailing you in the moment.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
Right.
Because you can look at it as a negative thing all day. It's not going to get you anywhere. I'll tell you that much. I'm living proof. And I'm sure you two can attest to that too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you change that focus and be like, what can I do to build on this so that next time I show up, I can do 1% better.
Yeah. That's good.
50% better, whatever, right?
That's good.
Even just pushing to be 1% better every day, whether it's just, okay, hey, I remembered to do the dishes. I mean, it may sound minuscule, but that little bit of extra that you don't normally do is going to keep pushing you towards that better.
Yeah, because I think you fall in love with those small victories, right? That other people may say, man, that's minuscule. Well, that's minuscule to you. That's huge for me, right?
Yeah.
I get there, but you fall in love with that, right? For me, it was making my bed every day. I used to be so lazy not make my bed, but I told myself, I said, man, I'm gonna just do it to make my bed. And then I started to like, well, let me tuck this in a little bit tighter. Let me just really focus on this. Let me fold the blanket back. Let me, make it nice. Now you're in love with it. Those small victories, right? Beautiful, man. So Cam, I love that, man.
Y'all ever listen to that naval commander speak on that?
No.
When he was speaking,
No.
the mentality behind this is so beautiful because it's such a simple thing to say, just make your bed, right?
Yeah.
But in the military, this is one of the things that they instill in you very early on in basic training. Hospital bed corners and like everything has to look pristine. And let's see if this
my daughter
works
told
here.
me about a bunch of that stuff. So
really?
Right.
Oh yeah. The routines of wake up, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you're feeling, what's going on, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this.
I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's see if I can get to the part.
If you think it's hard to change the lives of 10 people, change their lives forever, you're wrong. I saw it happen every day in Iraq and Afghanistan. A young Army officer makes a decision to go left instead of right down a road in Baghdad, and the 10 soldiers with him are saved from a close-in ambush. In Kandahar province, Afghanistan, a non-commissioned officer from the female engagement team senses that something isn't right and directs the infantry platoon away from a 500-pound IED, saving the lives of a dozen soldiers. But if you think about it, not only were those soldiers saved by the decisions of one person, but their children were saved, and their children's children. Generations were saved by one decision, one person. But changing the world can happen anywhere, and anyone can do it. That hopefully will be of value to you as you move forward in life. Every morning in SEAL training, my instructors, who at the time were all Vietnam veterans, would show up in my barracks room, and the first thing they'd do was inspect my bed. If you did it right, the corners would be square, the covers would be pulled tight, the pillow centered just under the headboard, and the extra blanket folded neatly at the foot of the rack. It was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. It seemed a little ridiculous at the time, particularly in light of the fact that we were aspiring to be real warriors, tough, battle-hardened SEALs. But the wisdom of this simple act has been proven to me many times over. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right.
I hear it.
Wow.
I hear it. The thing with that was kind of like what I was thinking before, is what I promote on some of my streams is the one goal, one win.
Yeah.
Every day. If I wake up, take care of my bed, get my coffee, or to each their own, and then do my workout. Those are my first three things every day, minus the washing the face and the hair and whatnot. But like that step, if I miss a step there, my whole day's off.
Wow.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that whole thing, I encourage you to go watch it. It is a powerful message, a raw message of just pure emotion that hits at the deepest parts of your core. And I got a lot of respect for that man, and he's done a lot for this country, but a lot for humanity, and the messages that he shares in that is just invaluable. And I go to it often, honestly, to just rehash and just remind myself, like, this is why I do those little things.
Yep. Man, that's big. Man, if you don't mind sending that link in,
Just toss it in the cord.
Yeah,
Of course.
that'd
Of
be
course.
awesome. And I'll
Yeah.
retouch that, man. That's powerful, man. See, man,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
knew I wanted to go to the military, man. I'm telling you, man. I wanted I wanted to, man, one thing that I tell people is this: you build a bond with people like no other when you sweat with people, right? I don't care what it is.
100%.
Every type of sweat you do with other people, and you build a massive, beautiful bond with people.
In the
Yeah.
military, we call it sweat equity.
Yep.
Oh, that's what it calls sweat. See, man, what? Oh, man, I see.
You're right there. You're all right there, Gihso. Just minus the actually being in it. You got all the mindset.
In it, right,
Good.
man?
I'll tell you what, and I'll reiterate it anytime you need to hear it, but you can ride with me any day, Gihso.
Wow, man. Likewise, brother. I mean that,
Yeah.
man. I mean that. Camp 2, man. Listen,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm here for it, man. Let's go. Let's keep growing. Let's keep being powerful, man. Yeah, let's
I love it.
grow the right way.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Right way. Yeah.
Continually learning, continually growing. So if you stop growing, you get stagnant, and
Yep.
we don't benefit from it.
Yeah,
That's right, man. That's right.
it's powerful.
Yeah. Wow, that's what's up, man. I'm loving it, man. I love the name. I love what we're doing. I'm down like 4
I
flat.
don't know. Did we mention the name? Have we said it yet?
He said it in the beginning.
In the beginning?
You did, didn't you? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember.
Yep. I wanted to get it.
It was right off the bat, right off the cuff.
break.
Yeah.
And then we'll remind it again. We'll plug it again at the end too when we're ready to close out the recording.
I really love that we went with that name. I think it's powerful, and I think
Mm.
it's going to be something that defines this going forward for sure.
Makes
I
sense.
just kept taking everybody's ideas and mashing them together, and then mashing them
Yeah.
together. So it was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what we need.
Soulful 3's journey. Come on, man. That's powerful, man. That's to me, that make people say, okay, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Right.
The name, it just resonates, man. So yeah, man, I'm thoroughly grateful for this. So yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because you just never know where a community will come from, right? The right type of community. Because
Yeah.
I've tried with other people, and if they don't have vision, nothing you can do if they don't see, right? And I can't get mad at them. Maybe it's not their journey.
I'm a firm believer that the right people in the right time will come into your life, and I think that this situation between the three of us is no exception to that, and I think it's a testament to what's going to go forward from this live,
Yep.
and I think it's going to be a powerful thing for sure.
Yep. Gentlemen, I'm with it, man. So yeah.
And just being in that mindset too, everything, in a sense happens for a reason, as much as we don't like going through it. But unfortunately, we're not running our own time here. We're not running our timeline. We know how to take care of ourselves a little better now, but we're not running the show.
No.
I'll be the first to admit it. I tell it to my community all the time. I'm in it with you.
Yep.
I am not perfect. I am not the guy on a platform here. I will happily hand the mic over to somebody else. I just so happen to be in this position right now, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm going to run with it. But by no means make the mistake that this man right here has it all together, because I don't. My days are hard. My days are rough. And the suffering that I have up here on an hourly basis, it's real and it's raw.
Yeah.
And some days it's insufferable. But this type of stuff makes it a little easier.
Yeah. I got you, man. Well, listen, man, y'all have a brother in me, man. So if there's ever time to talk, I got you. I mean that, right?
Same here.
I got you 6. I absolutely mean that, man. I mean that. So
For real.
yeah,
I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
likewise, yeah.
Yeah, same here as well. I'm granted, like I said before, I'll be there to listen. I may not always have the answers, but I will definitely be a sounding board for you. Let you get it off your chest, and whatever it is, no matter whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
sure.
I'll make time. right?
It could be something that, most people just don't want to even talk about or hear. Like, okay, I'll listen. I won't judge, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We all been through our stuff.
Right. I was talking to my wife the other day, right? My father-in-law, he's dealing with some health issues, right? And he's the type of person that's always been strong and powerful, and the people, and the family look to him for all the answers. But right now he's in a dark space, right? And I told my wife this. I said, hey, as long as you are saying something, it might not be exactly what they want to hear in that moment, but they are listening. Trust me, right? Him and I, we share the same birthday, so we have a lot of the same. Which so weird that my wife's father and me,
Right.
But I told him, I said, hey, sometimes it may not be what we need or want to hear at the time, but we're listening. So then, if you say it, right, then you're not held to, I should have said something, or I should have did more. Or I said, no, get it out. Let your pops know so he can hear it.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's hearing it. He's hearing it. That, to me, that shows that you care. Right.
I did that with my wife all the time. Honestly, I always ask her, why don't you just ask me more questions? Why don't you just just step up and just dive in? I'll give you what's going on in my head, but I'm not just going to come out and say it. Right. And then she does, and then I don't, and then I don't say it. And I have to really pause and think and go back. And I'm like, am I really listening here? Am I really doing what I'm preaching? Because a lot of the times I'll put that message out to my community, and a lot of the times I have to look back and be like, hey, are you doing this, brother? Because
yep.
Because yeah.
Oh, my wife's shaking her head no. So she's agreed with me. That's not a good sign.
I'm guilty of it all the time. That's how I burnt out once or twice. It's like we can preach this all we want, but we've got to listen to ourselves.
Yeah.
We've got to practice what we preach, just like you said. We gotta stay on our own path too.
Listen, I go back and listen to my messages, and listen, I'm a toot my own horn again. I be like, ooh, he good, but he right too. He right. I go back and I listen to ooh, he good, but he
That's
right.
Funny. That's funny. I do the same thing.
For me, absolutely, man. So yeah, I love it, guys. I love it. Just being raw, just being, to a certain extent vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right. That taught me how to be a better leader. The scars.
Navigate our own minds.
Yeah. It taught me that, man. How to be just, I'll tell you everything, but some things that I can share and say, hey, this is how I overcame it. You got to be vulnerable so people can, that's the connection, right?
Yeah. That's one of the pieces I wanted to touch on later with the story that we chose to talk about today. And I'll bring it up a little bit later, but yeah, I mean, you hit the nail right on the head there.
Yeah.
Without that vulnerability, there is no leadership.
No.
Vulnerability breeds leadership.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're one and the same. They can't be one without the other.
Right. That's real. That's strong. That's strong talk there, man. I love it.
But the crazy thing is society is not going to tell you that.
Nope.
If you look at the media, I dare you to turn any channel on right now that has some sort of news source going on, and they're not going to tell you that. It breeds fear. It breeds fear. It breeds insecurities. It breeds so many questions that are just negative.
News, everything.
Yeah.
There's no leadership there. There's no vulnerability there.
Nope. Not at all. So yeah, man, that is how we can help humanity still be humanity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm huge on that, fellas.
Yes, sir.
I'm huge on that, man.
I approve of these messages.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
I definitely approve as well.
Yeah. What was that thing back in the day where it was like kid tested, mom approved?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Was it Kicks or something? I can't remember. It was something like that. Kid tested, mom's approved. So
yeah.
No, I'm down, fellas. I'm here. So yeah. Let's get
So So did we want to go over anything else right away? Because we're about approaching that hour mark. So was there anything else we wanted to touch on before we close out today?
No, I think we well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think for me, man, this was very good.
Yeah, for me as well. I know I didn't realize what time it is, but it looks like we're not going to get to that story that we've been talking about. But just as far as putting it out there for the viewers to think about in the future, whenever this goes live out to the public. But there's that message. Where did you say it was, Camp? Was it Houston? No, it was somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
Which one?
The wall. The wall.
See, that's where I created. I looked that up myself, and come to find out that was a spoof.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, regardless, you know, the idea is still very powerful, and it's this idea that a community can come together, and the thought behind it was, from what I gathered of it, anyways, was that this community came together and they started putting all these positive messages on the wall, and what I gathered from that was it wasn't about the messages that were written on the wall. I mean, people were saying, I'm happy that I get to, or I'm grateful that I get to get my son out of the hospital today, or I'm grateful that I'm sober yet another day. And whether those things were true or not, you're saying it was a spoof. The concept is still the same.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about that and what message I wanted to push out to people today in this live was that what you really got to see there were people's hearts, not the message. When a community can come together, and it goes back to that leadership thing that Gihso was talking about, that's vulnerability. And that's where you really find leadership. That's where you find, I mean, let's look at a real case scenario. What happened during 9/11?
Mm-hmm.
You saw a whole country come together.
Yes.
And it's something that didn't happen for many, many decades.
Yeah.
You know, we were so divided, and unfortunately we're more divided now than probably we've ever been. But so we're kind of backtracking, but neither here or there, right? The message is still the same: is when a community can come together, that's when you can really thrive.
Yeah.
That's when you can really find the support, the love, a shoulder to lean on, somebody to listen to, somebody to hear you. That's where that real power comes in. And I loved that message, and I was hoping that we could get to it, but if it's a spoof, hey.
Yeah, and I couldn't verify it.
Yeah,
I definitely couldn't verify it. And I had mixing articles, and one was saying it was just because it was a mural, but the ones were saying it was this, and I'm like, okay, I'm not, it was one of those like, oops. I even posted that in the court. I was like, oh, my bad, guys. I didn't verify the story before I posted it.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and then I put 3 news stories down just in case we had time to go over them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, no, this has been fantastic, fellas. Much love, much respect to all of y'all. I think this is going to be something amazing for our communities and for people that are going to be new to this. I think they're going to fall in love with it. And if nothing else, I know that I already have, and I think that this is going to be good. If nothing else, just for the 3 of us. And I'm excited to go hand in hand with each of you on this and progress forward. So
yeah, man. Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Definitely. And since you did the intro, Gihso, would you like to do the outro real quick here? Just kind of summarize it real quick.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, putting you on the spot. Here. And then we'll alternate each time, and we'll do the intro, outro, just kind of do something basic. And then at the end, what I'll do is I'll flash to a splash screen of some sort for when we post it.
Okay. Beautiful people, thank you for tuning in to the Soulful 3's Journeys, where we talk about real issues, right? These are my brothers from another mother. So listen, tune in next time for greatness. Fellas, I want to salute you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for your words of wisdom, your power, everything that you've gone through. I appreciate all that we're building together, right? So let's get it. Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah. Any last words for anybody else, man?
Much love, much respect. You know how I do.
Absolutely.
We just got to keep growing, got to keep thriving, got to keep pushing and learning. You know, we hit those walls, we learn from the mistakes, and we move forward.
Facts. All right. Beautiful people.
This
Till
has
next
been a
time.
good one.
Absolutely.
Yep.